Yeah, so I still think that if we stay above 30,000, I've said 5 to 7 days, you really want to see consolidation and it holding, not just a quick move above. But if we hold above there, then I do think the low is in at 15.7. Doesn't mean we're not going to pull back to 20,000 during the cycle, right? It just means that at that point, I think the probabilities are that you have a low on the in the bear market.
Gareth Soloway stands as a prominent figure in the financial industry, recognized for his exceptional knowledge in technical analysis, trading psychology, and risk management. Gareth talks about the Bitcoin market and how the risk is still tilted lower with the current bearish consolidation that we are seeing now. Bitcoin to expect growth if it stays above $30,000. Gareth Soloway. Bitcoin's value has been positively impacted by recent risk-off market sentiment. However, Soloway shares that he stays bearish versus a suspect when he analyzes the charts in terms of whether or not the bull market is back in Bitcoin, while still favoring a bear market until Bitcoin goes above $30,000. Additionally, Soloway believes that Bitcoin in a bear market can hit as low as $12,000. He adds that if Bitcoin establishes itself over $30,000, the market can escape the psychological lows from the bull market of 2021. BT Suoyan to resio VER in 2 to 3 years, while Sisto case to stay low for several years. If you look historically at Bitcoin, it has gone down when the stock market has gone down, and he observed, if the S&P dumps as much as I think, Bitcoin will get caught up in that selling. Long-term, however, Gareth said that he's a Bitcoin bull. Bitcoin flips volatile at $27,000 as Fed's Powell teases end to rate hikes. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and Trading View followed Bitcoin/USD as it attempted to reclaim the focal level in its short-term trading range. Powell added that markets diverging from the Fed on rate hike expectations appears to reflect simply a different forecast, one in which inflation comes down much more quickly than officials themselves believe. Bitcoin thus appeared particularly sensitive to suggestions of rate hikes potentially ending sooner rather than later. During the reporting period, Bitcoin saw a peak price of $27,480 before trending down, leading to a sharp spill that bottomed at $26,370. A muted recovery topped out at $27,090, followed by a flat-ranging pattern. Long-term, I still love it. I think it's the future of the digital gold world, and I think that there's a real need, and we see it today, there's a real need for Bitcoin. Before proceeding further in this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button below for more recent updates about market.
Yeah, so anything below that neckline, that's bearish. If you reclaim the neckline, it comes into neutral. And then if you get above the 30,500, it becomes bullish. So as a technical trader, there are ranges. There's neutral ranges, there's bearish, and there's bullish ranges. Right now, as long as we remain below that trend line, it's a bearish signal here. As you take the highest point of that head and you drop a straight plumb line to the neckline, and that's a move of 4,165. And then per the break point, you would drop that same amount down 4,165. And that's again how you calculate to a T the target where this would go. Now, what's interesting here is if we look at a trend line such as this, look at what that's coming right up into, right? So I love this. As a technician, I love when I see trend lines match up with other technical factors, because what that does is it gives me an opportunity to play Bitcoin for a long trade there. And I think that's important. Is I always look at long-term maxis in Bitcoin or crypto. They have these boots on made of cement, right? They can't move. I'm nimble. I'm jumping around. I'm going long. I'm going short. I'm short now via my service from near 30,000, and we're in the money, right? And then I'll cover and I'll go long at the right level. But it's all about just letting the chart speak to me. I mean, I agree with the not buying Bitcoin thing. I'm still struggling with him thinking that inflation is going to get back to a normalized 2% or less level. And I think that's where we differ just a little bit. If that happens, then you're right. Then the Fed can come out and do what they got to do, and gold probably doesn't become a major asset to the upside. By the way, I think eventually gold is inconsequential, but we're talking a decade away when Bitcoin finally matures into that digital asset. If I had the choice between gold and Bitcoin, I'm buying Bitcoin every time if it's equal to gold, if it behaves the same as gold, because I can move it a lot quicker than I can with gold. So again, it's an interesting hypothesis, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. So number one, we're heading into uncharted territories with the Fed not participating in the potential recovery or even into the recession of helping be via printing money, right? So that is a whole new ball game for crypto. And I think honestly, obviously the recession, the stock market is going to be the main driver, unfortunately, for Bitcoin, where it's de-risking, right? So I think we have a major downside move coming in the stock market. And I just don't think that, I think you'll get it cheaper. And again, just like Paul Tudor Jones, I'm a huge long-term bull. But again, why would I buy here if I think I can get it cheaper?
Gold could rally to a new record high if the U.S. defaults and investors flee to safety. Could gold push to a new record high as investors would seek safe haven assets? Gold's resurgence rising above $2,000 amid global crisis and increased central bank activity. Despite an absence of crisis, gold prices can soar as the recent breach of the $2,000 per ounce mark illustrates. Now, amid a global real estate slump, persistent inflation, geopolitical tensions over Taiwan, and Washington's ongoing debt ceiling standoff, gold might maintain or exceed this high price point. Gold price forecasts XAU/USD I $2,300 on a sustained break above $2,070 record highs. In Q2 2023, gold gained strength amid concerns over the banking sector and the U.S. debt ceiling breach. Investors have sought gold as a hedge, leading to a significant rise in net speculative positioning in gold futures. Gold outlook, safe haven demand, and monetary pivots to drive gold to new highs. In such a scenario, demand for gold as a hedge is expected to increase. WisdomTree's model presents three gold scenarios: consensus, bull, and bear. Consensus forecasts gold to surpass previous highs and reach $2,285 by Q1 2024. The bull scenario predicts $2,517, while the bear scenario forecasts a retracement to $1,725.
So short term, we know we hit a triple top on gold. Technicals signal that triple tops get small pullbacks and then usually will break out to the upside. So double tops, you can see here was your first hit, here was your double top. Double tops get big pullbacks. Triple tops usually get shallow pullbacks. I still think there's a little bit near-term downside on gold to about 1925, give or take a little bit. But then my guess is you're going to break out to the upside, and I still have a $2,300 price target year end. I think gold, for instance, is the one safe haven. Like, as much as I think Bitcoin to me is like the son of gold, meaning like it's the adolescent of gold. Eventually it matures into be an adult and becomes the digital gold. It's just not there right now. Right now it's still very volatile. There's lots of emotion in it. It's not a pure safe haven asset. It's more of a risk asset. So if we see the stock market decline, Bitcoin's going to decline. Gold should actually move up for me, at least in this scenario. I think a lot of that is this is safe haven. It becomes the place to go when nothing else looks good out there, including real estate. I see inflation remaining elevated, not seriously elevated, but like 3% elevated for the foreseeable future for the next couple of years. And as long as the Fed can't drop rates, the economy is going to get very, very scary for people because they can't come to the rescue of the market, and therefore gold probably goes higher.
Soloway said that, "I think we're seeing these flashes of what Bitcoin can be, this amazing asset that is a protection asset against other issues in the global sphere, but it's not quite there yet." And Gareth believes if the S&P 500 dumps towards the end of the year, Bitcoin will get caught up in that selling. Bitcoin offers good signs as analysts retain $40,000 Bitcoin price target. Edward Moya, senior market analyst at foreign exchange market maker Oanda, wrote in a Friday note, "Bitcoin held onto its gains as debt limit struggles abruptly ended and as Fed Chair Powell signaled openness to pause the Fed's tightening campaign." Do you agree with Gareth Soloway's perspective about Bitcoin and gold performance? Is Bitcoin the safe haven asset? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you found this information helpful, then like this video and subscribe to our channel. We will bring you more updates in the future.